Hey guys, and it's God here, or G-Step. This is a long-awaited video that I've been working on for a few weeks now, since I got my gear from Scan Computers. So as you can see here, this is me setting up my Nvidia SLI system. One of my friends, Timmick here, is doing an unboxing. This is the graphics card that I bought. It's another GTX 670. Similar to the one I've got on my computer just now, except this one is slightly newer. This one's made by Asus as opposed to EVGA, who makes my other card. Now you can see here Timmick's taking the card out of the packaging. This one came, funnily enough, strangely, it came without an SLI adapter, so I had to use the one that came with my motherboard. As you can see here, obviously it's got some plastic on it, but you know, you can see these kind of interesting pipes that are on the side of the card and these huge cooling fan units on the top. It's supposed to make the card run 20% cooler, which I've kind of noticed actually. It's not as hot as my other card. You know, if I had the chance over again, I'd probably buy 3 of these instead of the ones I've got just now. So I'm going to be zooming here on the Asus logo. But yeah, so the setup in general was pretty quick. You can see Timmick here, he is installing the card into the side of the computer. He's obviously a lot more technical minded than me, so when it comes to installing this stuff, you know, I was just kind of watching and learning. We had some trouble actually originally trying to get the card in because my sound card was just below my other graphics card, as you can see here. So not that it was really tight for space, it's just the cabling, because I've tried to make it look extremely neat, a lot of it is packed behind the cards and in front of the cards, and you know, because it's so tight, there's not a lot of movement in the cables, meaning that you know, it was difficult to get the card into place. So you know, what we ended up having to do was, or you know, what Timmick suggested was, we would take the card out, the graphics card, the GTX 670, and we would then use the sound card and we'd move it above my other graphics card, so we could free up just a little bit of space to make it, you know, a lot easier to install. Funnily enough, Timmick was talking about how we could actually get a third graphics card in here, which I didn't believe, because you know, my computer tower is a lot smaller than most people's. You know, but in the end, you know, he'll probably know best. So I think what I'm going to eventually do is probably get a third card, just to round out the 3 monitors and make it a lot easier for, you know, post-processing and anti-aliasing and stuff like that. Because I've noticed when my anti-aliasing is up quite high, it does struggle frame rate wise, but of course anti-aliasing draws a lot of power for your card. Timmick here obviously has moved the sound card, you can see it above my other GTX 670 with the white cables, and he's just checking, you know, that everything's where it should be, and you know, one final kind of look over before we close the case up, because you know, it's such a nightmare to get open and shut. So here's a quick unboxing of the M910 Microlab speakers, which I'm currently using. These ones had a good write-up, and also a good review on Scan. The one kind of main reason I took them is because they use an optical input as opposed to your typical red and white input, stereo input. So you know, in optical, obviously, you know, being a laser and being, you know, of the highest quality was something I wanted in my new system. I got rid of my old speakers, the Denons. They were good, but you know, I wanted something newer. You know, I wanted to use optical, so you know, these were the kind of best ones at the time. Quite cheap actually. These ones actually ended up costing me just under £40, something like $60. So quite inexpensive, as speakers usually are. And I've got a really good quality sound card. My sound card run me about £110. So here you can see I'm just unboxing the speakers. I'm just, you know, looking through the box, you know, giving you guys a quick view of what it's like. Obviously you can see here, this is the 2 speakers on the top with the cable in. I think the cable in the middle is actually the optical cable, but I had one of my own, a premium cable that I had with a sound system, so I've just ended up using that. And of course, you know, these are the wee cables here. There it's there, that's optical cable in fact, just there. And the other cables were for connecting up the speakers. There's a kind of composite cable there that you use to, you know, connect up the speakers. And of course the audio jack, the 3.5mm, which is used for your headphones and other things, the auxiliary in. And this obviously is the other speaker. They're quite small. compared to most speakers I've had, but the sound, you know, is really good off them. It's I had a couple of flashes there. Tonic was taking pictures with my camera, but yeah, they're quite small, only about, you know, half a foot tall, and very shiny, nice. Goes well with my setup. This here, of course, is the subwoofer. The subwoofer takes all the inputs, you know, the composite and your auxiliary, also the optical, which I'm using just now with my computer. The flashes again because Timic's taking some pictures. So yeah, the subwoofer, in fact, it is very loud actually. When you hear it, you know, playing with games like that, explosions, a lot of gunfire, you know, the subwoofer really kicks. And for a system that was quite, you know, cheap to buy, there is a lot of power in it. I'm quite happy with it actually. I was kind of, you know, worrying that the system itself, you know, not being a lot of money, would probably not sound as good as most higher end systems, but I'm actually quite pleased with the result I got. And obviously because I have my PS3 behind one of my monitors, I can kind of switch them in and out, you know, when I need to use my PS3 or when I need to use my PC. I still have a console even though I have a PC, yes, mostly because you know, the exclusives we have, and I still have PlayStation Plus, so, you know, I get free games on it. This is me just removing the bits and pieces of the hardware and the tags. This was a really quick unboxing I've done. This, in fact, is my HD Logitech webcam that I got. I forget the the name of it. You guys can probably look it up. It was about £60 for the webcam itself. If you look up HD webcams, this is probably one of the ones that has the higher review. It does 1080p, attaches just to the top of my monitor quite easily, and I use it quite a bit now actually. This review for this little bit is something I've been wanting to do for a while, because I had this monitor a while ago and now I have two more of them. This is the Asus 27-inch 144Hz 3D monitor. This was probably one of the more expensive purchases out of the stuff I just got, you know, because these monitors run about £340 each, so that's close to about $450 per monitor, so in order to them, so, you know, there's a big chunk of my money right away. So now I have three of them, and I've got to say, viewing my games on three 27-inch screens is amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have the glasses with them, so I've not tried the 3D yet, but, you know, I'm definitely going to give it a go at one point. I know it would probably be worth my while getting a third video card, because, you know, with 3D it produces two of the images, so if I'm going to be, you know, bursting out three monitors worth two images, I'm going to need a lot of power, so I probably will invest in a third GTX 670, probably another Asus one, similar to the one I just bought, and just fire that down the bottom, and then run them all off DVI. Here I'm just taking some of the stickers and plastic off the front of the monitor, but you can see very little bezel, lovely big screen, and the viewing angle for playing games, you know, the widescreen, it's really good actually. You don't think you see a difference when you have such small screens, but yeah, it definitely makes a difference with three 27s. It is just amazing to play games on. And so this was the end result. You can see Timic here, he is playing or playing around with some of the settings, making my SLI work perfectly. So this is the end of the video. I'm going to leave you guys with some Battlefield footage, but if you like my videos, remember to comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll have a few gameplay videos up running 3 screens soon. Okay guys, thanks.